What's up guys? I've put my thoughts together for a review on the Volair Mach 1 Forza. This is the paddle of choice for Volair co-founder and pickleball pro Julian Arnold, Wes Burrows, and social media sensation Evan Slaughter. This has actually been a pretty fun review for me to do, because in addition to talking about the specs and the playability of this paddle, I've also had a fun time trying to gather some more objective data. So I've done that in the form of a comparative sound measurement study and a comparative drive speed study, where I compare the Forza to some of the other paddles on the market right now. Let's run through some quick stats. The Volair Mach 1 Forza is made of raw T700 carbon fiber material. It's thermoformed and it has foam edge injection. The paddle face is 16.5 by 7.5 inches and the handle is 5.5 inches long. It's offered in both the 14mm and the 16mm paddle face thickness. And depending on which you go with, the 14mm averages 8 ounces and the 16mm version averages 8.2 ounces. The Forza retails for $180, but you can use the code PICKLEBALLMED for 10% off, which brings the cost down to $162. I'll also add a link to the website in the description. You can access this to have that discount automatically applied for you. Volair has a 30-day no questions asked return policy that applies to the Forza, and it is also covered under a 90-day warranty. I know one thing that I was pleasantly surprised about and wasn't aware of until my paddle got here in the mail was the cool gift box it comes with. It came with a paddle head cover, an eraser, a replacement grip, an extra paddle neck band, and a sticker. It may not seem like much, but as someone who paid for this paddle, it made me feel appreciated as a customer. I wanted to explore some options on ways I could be more objective when I compared paddles, so I decided to try 2 new ideas. For my first idea, I wanted to compare drive speeds. I wondered if I controlled for all the variables I could, including using the same equipment, replicating position, swing speed, and technique, and just gathering tons of numbers. If we could actually see a difference in measured speed by hitting from various paddles. It may not be the most high-tech method out there, but it's something for an average Joe on a limited budget. So we can take it for what it's worth and know there's probably a little bit of variability in there. I won't get into all the fine nitty-gritty details in this video, but when I get time in the near future, I'll put it together in a separate video, and I'll link that in the description as well. But after many hours and several hundred balls, here's my ranked list of average ball speed from 6 different paddles. All the paddles used were within their standard weight ranges, whatever that may be, without any added weight from lead tape. There really isn't that much of a range even between the high and the low end, but as it stands, the Mach 1 Forza was second on this list, with an average speed of 35.8 miles an hour. The Legacy Pro was top speed at 36.75 miles an hour, and 𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐭 old Ultra MX 6.0 that I threw in here for funsies came in slowest at 33.5 miles an hour. And to take it one step further, I added some lead tape to the Mach 1 Forza at the head and side of the paddle, hit another 30 shots, averaged them. It came out with a new speed of 36.5 miles an hour with a heavier paddle. The second test I did amongst these same paddles was a sound level measurement. I followed some of the same parameters I used with the speed study. This time, instead of a speed sensor, I put my decibel measuring device, aka my phone with an app, roughly 20 feet from me off at an angle. I hit another boatload of balls, averaged the measured decibel levels, and put them here for you to see. Again, not much of a wide range here, but according to these results, the Mach 1 Forza is second to lowest on the list, with an average of 91.3 decibels. The quietest was the 𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐭 paddle at 90.4 decibels, and the loudest was the Legacy Pro at 94.8 decibels. And is this noticeable in real life? Probably not under these circumstances, but maybe if you swung harder or really going after the ball, some of these numbers might spike up higher than they are, different from one another, who knows. Now let's talk about the playability attributes of spin, power, and control. If you've seen the Forza played with on YouTube or ESPN or whatever, you may not be surprised to hear me say that I think its best quality is its ability to impart spin. This was really good for a player like me since I tend to be more aggressive. I like to attack the line when I'm at the net and attack the middle when it's open. It was really noticeable right away for me how much shape I could put on the ball. And honestly, it might be the most shape I've been able to put on a ball at this point. Between this and the Legacy Pro, it's one or the other. Another nice attribute I feel the Forza has is good control. I felt about as confident as I could with my drops and my dinks, which led to more openings in my offense. It's not the most powerful or poppy paddle that I've played with, but I mean, it's no slouch either. I feel at this point it's probably about finding the right balance of how much lead tape to add on, but even if I didn't add lead tape and kept it as it is, I'd probably be pretty happy to play with this paddle regularly anyway. And the 14mm only has a swing weight of 111, so it's pretty maneuverable. I think you're really going to like this paddle if what's most important to you is having really good spin and you want a nice balanced feel in terms of power, control, and touch. But if you're looking for a thermal form paddle that has just a ton of pop and a ton of power, you might want to add some lead tape. Overall though, I think you can't really go wrong with this paddle, and I think people would be really hard pressed to find something to legitimately complain about unless you're looking for one huge giant standout factor other than spin, like maybe if you're used to a ton of pop like the 𝐦𝐬𝐬𝐭 or the Legacy Pro has or something like that. And as far as me personally, I think the Forza is probably in my top 3 for favorite paddles that I play with. And like always, let me know what you liked or didn't like about the review. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more in the future.